These are fluorescent lights under my cabinets. Okay, you can see on this side, the one here over the sink doesn't always work. I think it has a bad ballast. But I'm going to show you how to change these out from CFLs, which is fluorescent lighting, okay, and change it to LED lighting. Okay. The ballast is bad in this one, and I'm going to show you how to connect it without the ballast. This will save you some money and look great. This to change to an LED light would only cost me $10. Okay, so I elected to go ahead and change all of them to LED lighting. So for around $54 of lights and some labor, you can change this out to be LED, which is going to save you money. You can do this on your own. It's not hard, okay, as I'm going to show you. All right, so let's get started. Corner, pull it down and move your hand down, and the whole light will come right out. That's the lens. Now I left the electric on just to show you that process, but I'm going to urge you to go to your breaker panel and to turn that breaker off so that you don't have electric running through these while you do the next process. Here are some of the tools you will need. You're also going to need wire strippers. Okay, this screwdriver here has multiple ends. It works great. You may not need all of these then. Okay, now this particular fixture, which is an older type, has a Phillips head on one end. To take out the two ends, actually, in this older style light, you'll see that the ballast is attached to this part of the fixture. You're going to have to remove that. All right, let's get started. Okay, you see the ballast, the wires there connected. See that ground wire at the top? Do not disconnect that. The black is your power and the white is your common. Okay, now what we're going to do is to take this ballast out, disconnect the wiring, and then I will show you how to put the wires together. So here, let's start removing it. I have turned off the power. Going to disconnect the white, which is the common, and now I'm going to disconnect the black, which is the hot. Please make sure you have turned off your breaker and have no power running through this. Okay, now the ballast is loose. All right, get your linements, and we're going to have to cut these wires to remove the ballast completely. We're not going to reuse the ballast. Some LEDs say that you can, but these you cannot. So the ballast has to be removed. Cut the wire off of both ends, and then we're going to show you how to rewire this for these LEDs. Okay. See the power coming out of the wall, the black and the white, and there is your ground attached to the fixture. Please make sure you keep that attached. Do not detach it. You need that ground. Okay, now that we've removed the ballast, we have this tombstone that's going to go on this end. It has two red wires. The colors does not matter. Okay, so we're going to strip those wires, and then we're going to attach them to one of the ones coming from the power supply, of which in your power supply you should have two wires coming out, a black and a white. You also have a ground wire which is attached to the fixture itself. Do not remove that ground wire. Leave that ground wire in there. Now, it doesn't matter if you have your power going to the red, which that's what I'm going to do because I'm accustomed to electrical, and when a black wire comes out, it is your power. And then your white is your neutral. And we're going to attach those to the other tombstone, of which has blue and white. Now we're going to attach the blue and white together in order to make that the common, okay, or neutral. All right, so one end is power, one end is neutral. Get your strippers, whatever type that you have. I happen to have these. I really like them. Strips it nice and clean. Looks good. Okay, both those are nice and clean. Now we're going to do the other tombstone, which are blue and white. Again, the colors do not matter. Okay, we have both of those stripped. I'm going to use the white common to go to both the white and the blue, which is going to be one end of the tombstone, and then I'm going to use the black to go to the red for the power. I have now the white and the tombstone. I'm going to utilize those together. Go ahead and get your wire nut applied. Okay, these are on. Now let's go ahead and get our other tombstone together, the two red, and we're going to use our power, the black. And go ahead and get that wire nut put on. Okay, we have the black to one tombstone on the left and the white to the other tombstone. Even though the two colors, you have blue and white together, it's not going to matter. This tombstone actually has a white coming off the end. I'm going to cut that and put a wire nut on it. Okay, has an extra wire coming off of there. I'm just going to put a wire nut on it. Also, this one happened to have a switch. I'm just going to cut those wires. I'm not going to attach the switch anymore. Now I'm going to attach the tombstone to the fixture, like so. And now the other side, attached to the fixture. Okay, now they're both attached. Now we're going to attach them to the whole fixture together. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put the bulb in and test it before we go any further. Okay, let's test it out. I just got it sitting on the counter. Hey, all right, it works. Let me mount it. I'm going to start doing all the other ones, and then I'll show you the finished product. But that's how you wire it and direct connect them. Make sure you know what bulb you have, because some of them do not get connected this way. Some of them only have power and neutral at one end. This type has power at one end, neutral at the other. Okay. Get all your wires up inside. Make sure your tombstones are in the right place. Okay. Get the screws back in. Okay. Make sure your tombstone's in correctly before you screw it back up. Then get your bulbs. They go in like a regular fluorescent. All the way in. All right, we're going to test them again. All right, they look beautiful. Now we're going to put the lens on. Okay, check it out again. All right. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of them, and then I'll show you the finished product. Well, this is before. You can see how dim it is. Now this is after I finished all the LED lights. Man, it is beautiful. Okay, now I did all the lights. There were 6 of them in this kitchen. Okay, so there were 3 3-footers and 3 4-footers. And they used to be the fluorescent lights. I changed the fluorescent lights, and now they're direct wired. These lights are double-ended. You have your power at one end and your neutral at the other. You have to remember, there are LED lights that your power and neutral will be at one end, and the other side has nothing. Okay? So make sure you understand which LED lights you purchased so that you can do this too. It takes about 10 minutes per light. Okay, so there were 6 of them. It took me a little over an hour, but they're all done. My wife now has beautiful light in her kitchen. All right, I hope this helps you building with Papa. If you have any concerns on how to do this or you need any questions answered, please just make a comment and I will get back with you and help you with whatever I can. All right, building with Papa. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. See you in the next one.